Hello, we're the geeks and degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host John. Today we're continuing our A24 week with Minari. Did you hear about this movie before this lineup?
Yeah, I didn't watch this movie when like people were like, "Oh, you should watch Minari." I remember like Jeremy Johnson, just like it was his movie of the year back in 2021.
Yeah, 2020 I think.
2020.
Yeah.
2020. And I was like, "Ah, man, I should try it out." But I was like, but then I heard from my friends like, "That's a little heavy." And I was like, "I don't think I'm in the right mindset yet."
Alright, that makes sense.
I waited and look at that 2022, and this is my first time watching it.
That's fine. Yeah, I also heard really good things about it, but I didn't know if I was ready to watch such a movie, especially since it was during lockdown. I was like, am I really in the right mindset? Not really. Not until, give me a few more years. Give me some time.
But this is what I thought. This is what I thought Waves would have been. I know. Like this one's fun. This one's just fun. It's majority of the time.
Yeah. And it stars Steven Yeun as Jacob, and him trying to make the American dream, as most people say. And it is set during the 80s, so yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't put my finger on the timeline. Not like when this was set. Like these cars look old, but at the same time, I'm like, I see some cars that are like, oh, that belongs in the 80s. But then you see like, what do you call it? I was like, is this in the 50s, 60s? Because you get those time period kind of cars like around.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit confused.
Like there's some key phrases, like they mention Ronald Reagan, and like you see like their tornado watch TV. You're like, that's a big ass TV. Well, that's a dinosaur right there.
It's just pretty much like a fucking brick wall.
Yeah. Like
with extra cement in the back.
Like remember when TVs literally took up the entire room? Remember when soda used to come in glass bottles before they became massive plastic bottles, and then thick cans like this, thick.
Yeah. And like, oh god, I still remember the TVs that like, if I ever fell on you, you're just dead.
Yeah, and like there's no sugarcoating it once the family gets to the new home. Like the wife, Monica's like, what is this? Why?
Right. I was like, yeah. We didn't get any like backstory, like any exposition besides like little bits of dialogue from the movie.
Yeah.
Of, like what their life was like before they went to Oklahoma.
Arkansas. I think that I don't know where it is really.
Okay. I'm not from there.
Yeah, we're not from the U.S. of A. We're from the Philippines. If you guys couldn't tell. If you're new here, hi.
Hi.
But yeah, like I like the fact that throughout this movie, there's no sugarcoating, trying to build a new life from the ground up. Trying to start this American dream that people are always saying about, especially when you're a farmer who's like, even though it's in the 80s, farming is a very difficult thing, and like you see Jacob just do his best. Like he's just a good dad, but there are just some fundamental things that you're like, you're trying, but I disagree.
A lot of times it's like very typical Asian dad.
Yeah.
I love the hands on hips. Like,
yeah.
When he's like scolding David, he's like just he has hands on hips. I'm like, there it is.
Yeah, and Steven Yeun does such a great job of being a dad.
I am so not used to it. Like,
yeah.
I watch him through the Walking Dead, and then through Beef. Like I always like see him like speak full English.
Yeah.
And now he plays a character that like is mostly speaking Korean, and when he does speak English, it's kind of broken up.
Yeah.
And like it's like not gonna lie, I was like, it's so natural.
Right. Just shows you the range Steven Yeun has, whether it's this, The Walking Dead, or Invincible. You're like, damn, it's a good actor. Even the actors for the wife, Rick, they're both really good. And like,
yeah,
honestly, all of them, like the wife, the dad, the kids, the grandma.
Yeah.
And like as he's trying to set up his farm, he just gets a little bit of help from Paul, who's played by Will Patton, he's definitely a character on his own.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, if I was Steven, you know, but like, I'm gonna avoid this one a little bit. Because, like, he is the overly religious type.
Yeah.
I was like, as you go through this entire movie, I'm like, okay, there's kind of, like, you know, good intentions there. He's weird, but it's nice.
He might carry his own cross, but he does a damn good job helping his family.
Yeah, like, my god. Let me say, from the ground up.
Yeah.
Gideon's character, Jacob, built that shit from the ground up. Like, he even does the architecture for, like, the barn?
Yeah.
Or where they store the food. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
All just had to. We didn't have AutoCAD back in the 80s.
Right? Like, as if, like, farming isn't hard enough. Like, his market is towards other Korean, like, immigrants coming over. So he's just growing Korean fruits, Korean vegetables. And you're like, you sure you would be happier just making it, you know, suitable for everybody in this country? So that you don't have to focus on just one specific market. You can just be like, it's for everyone. But no, he's like, there's a market there. We'll have to exploit it so we can make a living for ourselves.
I kind of see it, but at the same time, I'm like,
right?
I don't know. I don't know anything about marketing.
And like, yeah, as you said, he built this from the ground up. Like, he has to think of where to find the water. At the same time, he has to think of, like, how am I going to provide my house water and electricity, since it's not in the best location. It's like dead set in, like, tornado area. Yeah.
I was like, I thought that was the whole thing. I was like, oh, it's just gonna be downhill from here, huh?
Right.
Like, once they got to, like, the tornado scene, I was like, no, don't take this away from this nice family.
And then, like, he's like, it's okay, it's only a tornado warning, not the real thing. And his wife's like, you're fucking crazy. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And I get this one from, like, really, you didn't want to, like, live somewhere a little closer to town.
Right.
But he wanted to make a farm, and oh god, the backstory of the farm was that the guy, the previous owner, like, went bankrupt and, like, offed himself up.
Yeah. And, like, the wife is like, why? Yeah, like, why are we here? What's the point? And then Jacob's like, I'm trying to make a living for us with the money we earn. She's like, you could have just done anything else with it. Why farming? He's like, because to make a living. He's like, what?
I was like, oh god. He was like, oh, okay, he's on that hill and he's willing to die right now.
Yeah.
Is that kind of, like, character.
And, like, I like how the big sister has to step up of, like, I have to protect David from whatever is around our area and to shield him from our parents fighting. Even though he can hear it, we have to be like, it's not that bad, just throw paper planes and maybe they'll stop fighting. He's like, oh, okay.
Dude, that shit was too real as well. like in our previous video when it came to, like, babes.
Yeah.
When it came to, like, family fighting, this shit was real.
Yeah. Again, not too glamorized, not too holodized. It feels like Marriage Story all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Marriage Story an A24 movie as well?
I wouldn't think so. It doesn't say on the website, so I don't think so.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, I think it's just purely Netflix.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and, like, they try to blend in well with the community. Like, you get the sense that the wife is at least devout Christian.
Mm.
Like, they go to the church and everybody's like, who are the newcomers? And you're like, oh, here we go.
I was like, wait, did they go to, like, was that this time where the grandma was there?
No, not yet. It was just them.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah, the grandma was there.
Okay. Not gonna lie, favorite character's the grandma.
He's a broken ding dong. The kid's like, what?
Broken ding dong. Oh my god, shit. No, but, like, they would have, like, what do you call it again? The donations, and she would just take $100 bill. And I was like, whoa. Okay, one, grandma's ratchet. Two, who donates $100 bill to the church?
And, like, during church lunch, you see the other kids be like, the one girl who's like, hey, am I speaking your language? Like, if I was the sister, I'd be like,
what?
And then the one guy that David befriends is like, "Why do you look that way? Like, why do you look that way?"
Yeah. Why's your face so flat? I was like, wow. Okay.
Kids really don't
Hi.
hold back. But at least he was nice enough to be like, "Hi, my name is so and such." Like, sure, whatever.
Yeah, A24 did that thing again where they're like, oh, we're going the typical like movie route. Nope, never mind. We would think that like, oh, the community might go against this new Asian family in the 80s.
Yeah.
No, they're kind enough to accept them. So I was like, oh, okay.
All right. Well, he touched on the grammar already, so yeah, let's talk about her for a bit. She is the best character in the movie as well for me.
Yeah, and sadly, the David doesn't see it that way.
Yeah.
Because to him, he is, I think, born and raised in the U.S.
Yeah.
While
Like,
Annie? What's the name?
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anna.
She was born in Korea.
Yeah.
So he had the whole image of a grandma that bakes cookies, reads you stories. Sadly, she's not that grandma.
Yeah.
You can tell she likes to play cards. She likes like professional wrestling. But, all right, that's kind of sick. But she can't read or cook or bake.
And
So-
nothing that what the typical grandma does, according to David. Like, yeah, he's too used to what grandmas are in the U.S. and like, no, all grandmas are not built the same across the globe. Like, especially with our grandmas. Like, I'm sure if we would tell that to our grandmas, we might get a slipper to our face.
Dude, I feel like if I pissed in a cup and made her drink it, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna be in the will.
Right?
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think I'll be allowed to eat in the dinner table anymore.
Same here, but it seems like the grandma kind of like just found it funny.
Yeah.
So just let it be.
Yeah, she's one of the grandmas who's like, no, he's had enough punishment. Let them be like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm Team Grandma.
Again,
I'm
it's,
not Team David.
it's also weird to see Stephen Yoon be the strict dad. You're like, where did this come from?
Mm-hmm. Like him running out of water, him having a hard time with the whole farm situation,
Yeah.
and I think one of the stores in town kind of rejected his offer to be their supplier.
Yeah.
You can just see he's just so off from the family. Like even the kid, like his son wants to go with him to work, and he's like, "No, you stay here." It just has this like
Yeah.
I just want to be alone kind of look.
It's like, I don't want to separate chickens by their genders anymore. Please.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want to
get- I
be
get-
chicken sexy anymore. Like, I got that. And
Yeah,
like,
he
he,
did that for like 10 years.
yeah,
In California.
that's why they moved here. Just the purpose they moved here to not do that anymore. So at least in a few more years, they can stop and maybe buy a better home.
Yeah.
Though he's not afraid to show his anger like in front of Paul or other people that are not his family. Like with his family, he can feel like he just keeps that side to himself for a bit, unless he's fighting with his wife. But like when he's not with them, he allows himself to be like, "Fuck, I'll never trust the city goers again. God damn it."
Wait, what's that scene where he's like kicking shit or wall punches?
Yeah. Paul's just like, "It's gonna be alright. I don't know what else to say to this man."
Again, Paul's weird, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I'll hurt anybody who hurts me.
Right? Like, he's a sweet soul, but you kind of draw boundaries of like, man, I'm not that religious. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the same here. Like, I'm not to that extent, but at the same time, like, he's doing it out of the kindness of his own heart. So,
Yeah.
okay, just let him.
Yeah, and like it's nice to see that David does grow warm with the grandma throughout this movie. Like they get to know each other better.
Mm.
To the
Yeah,
fact that
yeah.
they have a normal relationship.
Yeah, I love the direction that they took with this. David didn't like her at the start, then bit by bit, you kind of see that, like, as you said, more than her. But, of course, sometimes it's very inconsistent. Like, when the family starts fighting, he kind of blames the grandma.
Yeah,
Like, even after the stroke.
come on, kid. And then again, he's just a kid. You're just like,
Maybe he's just
yeah. Then we get the grandma introducing the kids to the title of this movie, Minari. This crop that grows in Korea that is involved in everything in their daily lives. And she's like, of course you wouldn't know these plants, you stupid Americans. She's like, god damn, this grandma's definitely a character.
Like she curses at the kids. I'm like, oh, this grandma's cool.
Yeah, right? Also, I got to love the fact that in the 80s they thought that Mountain Dew in the morning would heal your body. Well, we know now that will just make you incredibly unhealthy. But yeah, it's a very... You're just constantly rooting for this family, and then when the grandma doesn't get up one morning, you're like, oh dear God, why?
I legit felt horrible.
Yeah.
Because, and I went through that as well.
Yeah, same here, and watching the character go through it, like, fuck. Is this where the movie starts to really pull on your heartstrings? It kind of does.
And Minari does a great job. This moment's very like, oh shit. But they play it off as if like, yeah, that's just life.
Yeah.
Like they make it so nonchalant, like, oh, now she's in the hospital, like, and then the kids just go on with their day and fuck.
But yeah, they go on their day, they go to church bus, and like they leave the poor grandma there, like, but,
I mean, what can they do?
right,
Father's at work, mom's at church.
right, they don't know any better, like, okay, and thankfully the mom got there in time to make sure the damage wasn't too irreparable. Like, she's paralyzed, but like, could have been way worse. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But
it does look like we're catching up right when it comes to like Jacob with like his crops finally doing well.
yeah, his heart murmur.
Back. Yeah.
The son's heart has healed up. Like, it's gotten stronger. Like, finally a bone for this family.
Yeah, and it's because of what the grandma brought her.
Yeah. But you get the sense that Jacob is really just prioritizing the farm over the family, and he does say that inexplicably in the hospital, and you're like, he's like, I care more about this than this. He doesn't really say it like out front, but like he implies it. You're like,
he's like, I don't want to be the chick sex thingy
yeah,
for the rest of my life. And the wife goes, think about the kids. And then, I forgot what he said. It was something about the farm. But yeah, like that was the moment of like the wife just dead at 1,000-yard stage.
yeah.
Did I get myself into?
And then after he does the deal with the store owner, she like confronts him. It's like, you really don't care. We care more about the farm than us. Like, after all we've been through, like, it's only when we have money that we're finally together. But when we're apart, you don't prioritize us. What gives? Like, oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, but then again, it's such a like a hard tightrope to balance on, you know.
Yeah.
Like when you're in that situation where you're poor, you kind of feel like it's either make money or, you know, spend time with your family, kind of deal.
Yeah. It's too much of a gray line, and you're like, I get both sides, but Jesus, this movie is as quiet as it is. It's very unrelenting of like hitting you as hard as it can. You're like, fuck. Again, A24, just with a hard hit. You're like, oh, okay.
No, serial versus them. Yeah, they got the deal. Like, oh, within a week we'll send you out serial versus them. It's a 5-hour drive from the farm
To there.
to the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in between, the grandma accidentally sets fire to the barn. You're like, fuck! Why?
By accident.
Yeah.
By accident.
By accident.
She was just trying to burn trash, and then like a little bit of dry weed or grass kind of like scooped up a bit of the fire. And,
Yeah.
you know, went to the barn. I was like,
I was so afraid they would find her body. Of like, god damn it.
like
Why?
you're trying to stop it.
Yeah.
Like, please don't show me dead grandma, please.
Right? And then when the dad and mom went to the barn, I was like, please don't show me them dead too, please, God.
In here, I was like, please don't kill anybody. Y'all made me care for everybody. Please don't take them away from me.
And then the grandma, even though it was by accident, she starts wandering off in the opposite direction. You're like, where are you going? Why? Come back, please.
Yeah, I guess I'm guilty because she is the one who started the fire, but yeah, it's not her fault.
But the kids do manage to get grandma back, and Jacob does manage to save his wife from the flames. And you're like, Can we catch a break, please?
Yeah, that was a point where I was just like, why? Why? Because like they finally got to sell their produce at a store. And once they come back, the bar's just on fire. I'm like, is anything ever gonna go right for these families?
At least it's implied that they will stay together because they sleep all on the floor that night while the grandma's like, she's like, you have to look like, I'm sure this family will do well no matter what comes. You're like, okay.
Even though like we had that scene, the wife pretty much just saying like, we're done.
Yeah.
Because of like him prioritizing the farm. But through this situation of like them trying to save the produce, he saved his wife.
Over his produce and you're like,
Well, over like, you know, just dying in the flames by with the stuff that he grew.
yeah. But yeah, it's implied that the family stays together and like just with waves, you're like, I guess they just do their best. That's all we can do in this life.
This is just again with 824 and like family dramas is just like, oh no happy ending here. Just you're just gonna try their best. But I will say there was a happy ending because they had the Minari roots that the grandma planted.
Yeah. So
that she did on the side.
So for now, they can sell that and hopefully turn a profit.
Yeah.
And the movie ends as quietly as it began. You're like, shit. Now what?
You know what? I would say this is the most Studio Ghibli-esque movie 824 has ever like put out.
Right?
It's voice sweating. I'm sorry, man.
It's fine. It's like, how did we get to this conclusion? What did they do now?
Yes.
Their best. Oh, okay.
So what's the ending? What do they do? Their best.
Like,
Live life.
I kind of want a more concrete answer, but sure. Movie.
But that ain't 824 style, man. What you talking about?
Right? You're like, yeah, I guess we'll have to deal with this. Like, I can't wait to do After Sun so we can complete the whole This Is Life trilogy for this week.
You finally have the exodia of family, like, tragedies.
Yeah, we're complete. But no. What would you rate Minari?
You know, I fairly enjoyed it. Like, it's, again, as I said, it's a vibe. Majority of the time. And when the drama kicks in, the drama really hits. I would say it is a bittersweet ending. But I really liked it.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a fan of bittersweet endings, but this one was like, okay. There was the light at the end of the tunnel. I really can't find a lot to complain about this. Sure, it's slow burn, but at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah, you're just like,
I'm willing to watch it again, and then like I do want to watch it with a couple of friends, maybe parents. I feel like they'll appreciate this one. I'll give this one a 10 out of 10. Like, I really can't find anything bad about it.
yeah, neither can I. So that's why it's also 10 out of 10. Like, yeah, we're giving 10 out of 10s left and right to 824, but that's just because, for now at least,
It's good.
it's 824 and
I'll let wait after Sun. I haven't seen it yet, so.
And they just do family dramas pretty well. Like, there's nothing really wrong about this movie that I can really think about. The score is pretty good. The cinematography, once again, is pretty good. All the characters I care about. There's not one character I'm like, you're annoying. It was surprising since some of the main characters are the kids. So you would have said to be like, please, kid, shut up. Maybe just because my tolerance for like kids has gone up. Because like, I'm a teacher now. So who knows?
Yeah.
Good for you. But yeah, both 10 out of 10. It's a pretty good movie. Like, again, you're there for the vibes, and then the vibes hit back. You're like, oh god, why?
Yeah. As I said, this is the Studio Ghibli of 824 movies.
Yeah.
I really do want to see Steven Yeun in like a solid K-drama, like Korean-based studio K-drama. If there is, please let me know.
I know he's in the movie Burning, which is a Korean movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he's in the MCU now. He's in the Thunderbolts as rumor has it he's Norman Osborn. So, right? That's just a rumor. I'm not an official source, but I've heard rumors. I'd be like, I wouldn't mind that at all.
I would love to see it.
I would
I
like
would love to see another disappointed fawn.
You know what? That's true too. I want to see how strict Norman Osborn is as a nation dead.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Stephen Yeun can pull off the whole stoic and at the same time underneath it's just batshit crazy eyes of like, oh shit, Willem Dafoe might have competition now.
Yeah, I would love to see that because we know that Stephen Yeun has range.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that part.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been our video on Minari. What do you guys think? What's your favorite A24 movie? I know I asked that before, but there are new A24 movies this year. There's
How about what new A24 movie are you looking forward to?
yeah, is it Talk to Me by the guys behind Raka Raka, the YouTubers behind the Chris McDonald shit.
I love it. I love the fact that Raka Raka made a fucking movie.
Right?
So I can't wait for like Mark Claire to like make that Iron Lung movie.
Alright. Who knows? Maybe we can be movie makers. I don't know. Seems like a lot of responsibility.
No, we can do it.
Alright.
We can fix franchises. We had these talks before.
But yeah, whatever it is, comment down below. You can also find us on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see your best and funniest moments. Spotify to hear us on the go. But we're mainly here, so please give us like our videos, subscribe to the channel, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. And the video you can find John at fill in the blanks, please.
Okay. You can find me at fuck. You can find me at Jom GOM _ on Instagram because my art got. Ants is doing this whole new thing because this man's not on socials anymore, and it's really throwing me off.
I mean, you can still find me here doing YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok. So yeah. And till our last A24 movie this week, we'll see you then. Bye, guys.